YY1 is short for YY1. It was one of the first companies from the Pao Chen group that migrated from Taiwan into China back in the late 1980s. It's a very big organization. They make 600 to 650,000 pair per month for a number of multinational brands such as ourselves. And to think that YY1 not only has to look at the manufacturing of their footwear, which is very important, work with sub-2 contractors to get the supply base in, they also have to manage 9,000 workers, where they live, 3 meals a day, and all that might go on like you would find in a small city. We've gotten to the point that we can read a factory pretty quick. And the first thing I look for is the obvious health and safety concerns that might be there. I look for personal protection equipment on the workers. I look for electrical outlets that might not be correct. I look for the aisles to be clear. I look for clutter. I look for housekeeping. But I think most of all what I look for is I look at the faces of the workers, and I look to see if they look up and they give me a nod or they give me a smile. And if I see no heads come up, and if I look at they tightened up, that scares me. That gives me a red flag as if something's going on in this particular facility that maybe we need to ask some questions about. Well, as we have observed on our last visit to YY1, we had noticed that there was something simple as lack of toilet paper. And what happens, it gets taken out. So now we found a way to secure the toilet paper so that it still stays in the restrooms. We did find out that there was a curfew imposed at 11:30 where they turned off the electricity, lights out, and we didn't feel that as adult workers that was something that violated our freedom of association, and we felt that needed to be changed. And since then we know that they have opened it up and it's a 24-hour come and go, but there are rules that the workers do have to abide by when they come back. The environmental challenges that come with shoes that we don't see in the apparel side of it is there's a lot more operations to shoes. There's a lot more machinery involved. There's the use of cements. Many times they're solvent-based cements that we don't see in the apparel side of it. And just a lot more hands, a lot more people to make shoes, a lot more processes than there are with apparel. Well, you know, I think for YY1, in terms of improvements when it comes to what we're doing on the social responsibility side, on sustainability, is they need to continue to capitalize on their organizational efficiencies, look where they can keep their energy costs down, look at what they can do with their waste management. I think they need to look in their value chain and help us with the supply chain. Help us get energy figures for the subcontractors, and so we can really determine what our carbon footprint is. Well, YY1 does a lot with the social side of it, where they've hired life coaches, they've got designated corporate social responsibility people. They look into the restrictive substances of the products very well. They hire a lot of workers, young people out of college, and give them a chance. And they have a really nice training program for those young people coming in. So they do a lot that way. They listen and they make changes, and I think that they're very progressive. In fact, they switched over to lean manufacturing before it was really fashionable to do that. So they look at their processes, they're continually looking to reinvent themselves, and they've been a good partner for us for those reasons.